Okay, guys, today we're going to share a good story with our yoga called Silly Sydney by Morgan Matthews. And so it's about a squirrel. So I got on my squirrel hat and I got on my squirrel shirt. Namaste to you today from Nutty Miss Rome. And let's have a little fun this fall. So we're out here by our tree at our house. It reminds me so much of the tree in this good book where Silly Sydney lives. Check it out. Don't you think you see kind of a resemblance there? And in this good story, Sydney does not want the fall season to come because he really likes summer, a lot like Nutty Miss Broom. So he thinks that if he can stop the leaves from falling off of the tree, then he will then be able to keep the summer season, and he won't have to collect any acorns. Okay? All right. So start off like an acorn, since that's what Silly Sydney is trying to avoid collecting, by taking your hips to your heels and then taking your forehead to the ground with your hands back by your side, and that'll be a seed. And then, of course, we know from the story we shared last week that a seed like this will grow up into a tree. So push yourself with your hands into a down dog. And then take your down dog paws together and work your way up your body till you can be a tree. So to be a tree, you'll grow roots into the ground. With one foot, you'll place the heel of the other on top, press branches here together, and then grow them if you would like. And welcome the wobble that may happen for you. Squeeze your tummy tight every time it does wobble for you and your body. All right, branches that are high come low, and the leg that's up comes down, and then you shake out the standing leg, and you work your tree pose on the other side. So you grow roots into the ground with this foot. You may find you have one leg that feels stronger than the other as you work, and that's okay to notice and be curious about. So Sydney's going to stop the season. He's not going to let fall come this year. And so he decides that he'll put the leaves back on the tree. And first he decides he'll use thumbtacks. Now, thumbtacks are like used on bulletin boards, and it's like a push pin. You don't see those maybe as often as we once upon a time used them. But we're going to practice doing warrior position, hero 2 position. And we're going to use the back heel to press a thumbtack into the ground today. All right, so toes are on railroad tracks. And then take one toe to the short side of your mat and stretch the other leg away as much as feels comfortable for your body. Bend this knee over that ankle and stretch your arms out, relaxing your shoulders, maybe taking palms to the ceiling so that you can relax those shoulders where they're designed to be. Now the back outside heel is pressing into the earth, and that's pressing the thumbtack, just like Sydney is pressing the leaves back on the branches of the tree with a push pin, with a thumbtack. All right, relax your shoulders. Take your toes back on railroad tracks. And then now take the opposite toe to the short side of the mat and then bend that knee, stretching the leg away and reaching the arms out. Again, relax your shoulders by taking palms to the sky and work your hero 2 pose or warrior 2 pose, and concentrate on pressing the outside edge of that back leg's heel, and this externally rotates this hip. All right, good stuff for your bod. Opening the hip. All right, relax your arms, toes to the short side of your mat. And he puts every leaf back, and he's like, woohoo! No fall season, no need to collect nuts. He said, this is pretty hard work, but it's not as hard as collecting nuts. I can keep doing. I'm ready for the summer to stay. But when he wakes up the next morning, he finds there are more leaves that have fallen onto the ground. And so he's got to find another way to put the leaves back. He's out of thumbtacks, so he thinks about kite string. Okay, so he goes down and he gets a leaf, and then he brings it up and he ties it with kite string. He goes down and gets another leaf, and he comes up and he ties it on with kite string. He goes down and gets another leaf, and he ties it on with kite string. And it's pretty exhausting work, but he knows that if he can use this kite string and tie all the leaves back, he won't have to work for gathering nuts for the fall and the winter seasons. All right, so we're going to do the same footprint as Hero row 2. We're going into a triangle because for that kite string, we want to make a kite. All right, now this time the legs are long and strong. You can still push the outside edge of the heel in like that thumbtack is still pressing down. And you're reaching your arms out, breathing in. Kick your hip away from your pointy toe. Reach out over the pointy toe and roll one hand down and reach one hand high. And everybody say, I am triangle. Yes, you are. Everybody say, I got 3 sides. And everybody say, I got 3 corners. Yes, you are a triangle. And if you put 2 triangles together, you might have yourself a kite. All right, push your feet to the floor. Squeeze your tummy muscles. Bring your arms up. Take your toes back on the railroad tracks and take the opposite foot out to the short side of the mat so that we can work this triangle pose on this side of the body. Stretch your arms out. Kick your hip away. Breathe in. Push out over the pointy toe and roll one hand down and reach one hand high as you stretch the triangle on this side of the body. You are a triangle. You have 3 corners. You have 3 sides. And you are stretching and strengthening and balancing as you work this posture with your yoga. All right, breathe in, breathe out. Push your feet through the ground. Come on up and then relax everything and shake everything out because you were working really hard. Yay! He has stopped the fall season from coming, and he goes to bed and he wakes up in the morning and he feels that warm summer sun, and he just knows he stopped the season from changing. All right, so start at the top of the mat, breathe the wings up, and we'll work the sunshine. Reaching down to the toes on the breath out. Inhale, come up halfway and get a stretch to the crown of the head, so lengthen your back body. Lengthen the back of the legs, reach back down to the ground or the floor, and walk your feet back for your plank, where you're nice and tall in the body, long and strong. Knees can go down, hips back as you scooch the upper body through to a back bend of your choice. You can raise it up to be a snake, and then you can lower the body, wibble the hips back and forth as the sun is set. And then, of course, it begins to rise. So we're going to go back into an extension. And then find our down dog. And then bring the paws together of the dog. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach back down. Inhale, arms out to the side. Oh, the sun, the sun. And palms come together and hands by your side. But once he gets out of his tree, he notices that there are a lot more leaves on the ground again. Oh no, he's out of thumbtacks. He's out of kite string. Oh, he thinks that he has some glue, so he'll glue the leaves back on the tree. All right, so to glue, you're going to be nice and tall with your body. All right, just like you have a glue bottle. Put a cap on it. Right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to have to pour the glue out, right? So we'll fold the body over, and let's create the down dog position with hips high and stretch out through our legs and stretch out through our back. And to squeeze our bottle today, we're going to take our doggy hips from side to side. Alright, he glues all the leaves that have fallen back down. Yay for Sydney Squirrel. Alright, walk your paws together. Inhale, our arms out to the side and come on up. And he is so excited that he has stopped the fall season, but he wakes up the next morning and there's more leaves on the ground. So this time he thinks, okay, how to glue, how to kite string, how to tacks. Ribbons! I have ribbons, and you probably have ribbons that you wrap your presents with, very colorful ribbons. And so what he does is he ties the ribbons like he did the kite string, and he ties the leaves that have fallen. So we'll work eagle pose to tie some more bows here. So one leg is rooted into the ground, and the other leg wraps around it. And if you are feeling very balanced and feeling very flexible, you might want to wrap it a little more and balance on one leg. I'm going to dig a toe into the ground just to get more support for my balance today. Then the leg that's on top, that's going to be the arm that comes up first, and you're going to dig the opposite elbow in that elbow crease and take hands back to back, or you can wrap them elbows up, hips down, and that can make your colorful ribbon. on the tree. Now think of Sydney's tree. It's starting to look like what a Christmas tree would look like in the fall season. Very colorful. The leaves, of course, are gold and brown and red and yellow. Some oranges in there. The ribbons are bright blue and bright pink, maybe. It's quite a funny tree to see. Alright, unwrap this ribbon and wiggle anything that you need to wiggle jiggle out. And let's try the eagle pose on the other side as wrapping the ribbon again. Alright, so we're going to take the opposite leg. It grows roots into the ground. And you're going to take this toe around. Again, you can wrap and bend that knee. I'm going to dig in my toe for more support. This arm is now going to be on the bottom. The leg that's on top is the arm on the bottom. And we're going to park the elbow, wrap, elbows up, hips down. Alright, you're stretching open the back. You're getting some balance work and some strengthening and some stretching in. And breathe. Big breath in, big breath out. One more deep breath. And unfurl, uncurl, shake and wiggle, anything that you need to bring some movement back into the body after that hard work. All right, and so he's got everything but one leaf. There is one leaf left. How to put one leaf left when you're out of ribbon, kite string, glue, and thumbtacks. Well, he thinks about bubble gum. And so he goes by his bedstand, he grabs his bubble gum, and he pops it in his mouth, and you do the same, and chew, chew, chew. And when you do, you will relax your jaw muscles, which sometimes when you're uncomfortable or working hard, sometimes you smash your teeth together, and you tighten these jaws, tighten these muscles in your face. And so we're going to relax them with the chew. And then we're going to take a big breath in and blow a bubble out. Yeah, be careful. Don't pop a bubble on your face. You know that's a mess. All right, big breath in. And big breath out. Blow that bubble. All right, chew that gum. And once you've got it nice and moist and gooey, he's going to take that last leaf and put it on the tree. And yay, 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 he has stopped the season of fall. Well, he wakes up the next day, and there's cold wind blowing into his little hole in the tree, and he doesn't know what happened. He stopped the season. But there's a wise old owl that says, Silly Sydney, you got to get out there and collect some nuts, because you can't stop the season of fall. Everybody remind me about what you can control. Say it with me. I'm in charge of what I think. I'm in charge of where I look. I'm in charge of what I say. I'm in charge of how I feel. I'm in charge of what I do. Alright? That's what you could be in control of. You are not in charge of the weather. You are not in charge of the seasons. And fall is going to come, and winter will come, and we got to be ready. So whatever that means, if you're a squirrel, you got to collect some nuts. And so he does. Alright, so let's be the wise old owl first by coming down to a seated position. Crisscross your legs, hands to your knees, but then take one hand to the opposite knee. Take the other hand to the shoulder, roll the elbow up to the sky and back and down, and then plant the arm and look over that shoulder and give a hoo-hoo. Grow tall on the breath in, and on the breath out, get a little more to that twist. Try to initiate the movement from the belly and not with yanking it and cranking it with the hands. And then come on back to center, and then let's work that owl twist in the opposite direction. Owls can actually twist their necks around, all the way around. We can't do that because we're built a little differently. Our bodies are designed differently, but we can actually kind of simulate that twist by getting a good stretch in the middle of us. So yummy for our backs. All right, woo-hoo, do you see when you look back over this shoulder? Alright, coming on back to center, we'll try one more time to be the acorn that grows, that needs to be collected, and that of course we had it grow up to a tree in the beginning of our practice. Alright, hands and knees, find your table, find your down dog. Walk your doggy paws together. Work your hands up your body so you're nice and tall. And sing one more time. Gray squirrel, swish your fluffy tail. Gray squirrel, swish your fluffy tail. Wrinkle up your little nose, put it up between your toes. Gray squirrel, squish your fluffy tail. And that is the story of Silly Sydney with your yoga, all right? And it's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed playing with me today. And I hope that you've learned you got to get the hard work done. You can do hard things. So get your hard work done so you can enjoy whatever the season of the year you are in currently.